Hey everybody, there are a ton of ways that you can follow us online. We've got our website, realnerdspodcast.com, that you can go to and you can read articles and find the podcast episodes there as well. If you like social media, you can follow us on Facebook at Real Nerds Podcast or on Twitter and Instagram at Real Nerds. You can also call us anytime and leave a voicemail at 720-6nerds5, and then we'll play your voicemail on the show. Thanks for listening. I hope you like us.
This is Real Nerds Podcast, and for 10 years, the Real Nerds have been bringing you our review of a new movie of the week. This week, that movie is News of the World, starring Tom Hanks. Stay tuned to the end of the episode where we'll tell you if you should see the film, play the trailer, and then spoil the movie. We also talk about movies that are coming out on Blu-ray, movie news, and stuff we've been watching throughout the week. Yeah. We like movies.
I don't think we just like them. I think we love them.
I do love movies. It's like a comfort food to me.
Yes.
No, I'm pretty sure we hate them, right? We hate movies?
Maybe you do.
TV shows all the way.
Yeah. You're for that other medium that's destroying the cinema since the 1950s and just will never stop.
A year of not seeing them has drove me to hate them.
If I can't have them, nobody can.
Actually, it feels like things are slowly trickling to getting to normal.
Here's a question, Ryan. Did you think the obviously they had a lot of new old releases like flashback releases coming out to get people back into the theaters. And I looked on the listings for Sunday, and I looked to go get my tickets for News of the World at the AMC. And down below it, near the bottom, was 2 showtimes for the Shawshank Redemption. And I was like, in what world are we bringing the Shawshank Redemption back? I hope that's the movie that saves movie theaters.
It's the most popular movie on IMDb.
And you know what? That's one of the few times where IMDb is correct.
I don't know. I like the movie a lot. I don't know if it's as great as it's made out to be.
The IMDb Top 250 is a whole pile of garbage.
I agree, Corinne. There's no Jack Benny films on there, but I like that the Shawshank Redemption is that high because it is that heartwarming of a film. Even though there's a lot of dark shit going on.
The only list that matters is the Real Nerds Top 100. Coming soon.
Yes.
That's right.
I'm really excited to actually put that together.
Mm-hmm. If
I've already done
not
it.
number 1, I swear.
Well, I meant all of us do it.
Yeah, it should be a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's pretty much done. I literally just took all my film explosions and went from there.
Well, the thing, I would like to do that too, except 1, I haven't been on the podcast that long, and 2, a lot of the films in my film explosion list were not reviewed on the podcast. Like Wolfwalkers,
Yep.
Soul. We never reviewed Soul, which is a travesty in and of itself.
No, Corinne, but we reviewed Honest Thief. And if Honest Thief is not far, far, far away from that list, I will be a sad man.
Honest Thief, number 1 on my list.
God damn you, Corinne. God damn you.
Oh, and it's right under Tiger King.
Well, we should put a caveat on this. Just because it's number 1 on your list doesn't mean it's going to be the number 1 movie on our ultimate list.
No,
I realize that.
We have to
but I will fight for it.
And remember... Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Brad.
I was going to say, the point of not just letting you put every movie you saw over the course of 10 years on the list is that they would end up just being listed your film explosion list again.
Right.
So by limiting the movies available to you,
Not necessarily, because there are plenty of movies from 2017, 2018 that I didn't see at the time, but I've seen now, and I'm like, I would definitely put that on. If and when we redo our Film Explosion 2017 lists, I will have a different list because I've seen more movies from that year now.
Yeah, but then you also open it up to retro watches. I saw Back to the Future many times since then. What would stop me from putting that on my list? And then, the list becomes, like every other list, by limiting it to just the headliners of the week for each of the, this is 500 episodes. It's about the episodes. So,
question: does that mean any of the retro titles we did technically count?
No, I took those off just because, Evil Dead's just gonna be Ryan's number one, and we're gonna be fighting in the last round over.
Yeah. So
it belongs up there for sure, but
yeah. So Ryan, North by Northwest isn't eligible for number 5 to make Cary Grant part of the film explosion list here. So sorry.
Well, I know that the Phantom Menace is on there. 3D release.
Yeah, well, that's because it's a re-release 3D.
Yeah, they did something different, Yeah. Plus, then Ninja Turtles is gonna be my number one. It's not really a good debate,
Right. Well, we'll figure it out. That'll be coming into May, I believe, or June. No, June. First week of June.
We had Star Trek 2 the same week as the Denver Comic-Con documentary, and so I took 2 out, because we had that other movie that week. So there's other retros that got kicked by the wayside. Because again, Star Trek 2, we'd all have it way up high.
Yeah. Oh well.
I wouldn't, because I've never seen it.
You've never seen Star Trek 2: The Wrath of Khan, Corinne?
Nope.
Okay.
So, not a real nerd.
No, that's not necessarily it. It's just I need a hug. Anyway,
so let's unspool some real news.
It's real news.
I have here a message from the internet sphere. I can't wait to talk about our movie this week. Anyway, so Ryan, I'm confused. You need to help me figure this out, because the news told me that Chris Evans is in talks to return to the MCU as Captain America. And then Chris Evans tweeted news to me. So what's going on here?
Well, he's not going to, if they haven't announced it, they're not going to say that he's not going to confirm that he's coming back.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, did you see his tweet with the emoji where he's just like, I don't know.
I'm telling you, they have a Disney Plus show already set up. He took the Infinity Stones back to where they belong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So all you have to do is have 6 episodes of him returning Infinity Stones.
Or I have a theory. He could be sought out by Ironheart to consult on something. Because then it would be an Iron Man connection, and that would be interesting. But I doubt that'll happen, because none of the things I want ever happen. Anyway.
I would definitely like to see him return the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
And confront the Zelda, whatever, that Zorloff guy. I can't remember his name.
Zach, you say no one ever does, nothing you ever want comes through. They made you Mank, Zach. They made you Mank.
Yes.
And they made you the Invisible Man, which literally ended the world.
That is true. That is true. I forgot. I did destroy the world.
Corinne,
it was my bad.
When you say the Soul Stone, do you mean his arch enemy, Red Skull?
Yeah, Red Skull. I was trying to think of his real name.
Did you call him Zorbutt?
He's literally a skull that's red.
Yeah, but I was trying to think of his real name, not his comic superhero name.
Yeah, Ryan, I've got a
Johann Schmidt.
Sure.
Ryan, I've got a Red Skull quote that will sum up what Corinne has just done. You are failing! First Avenger was a main review for you guys, right? Because that should just be number one. That should just be number one. That's a good movie.
Yeah, it is a good movie.
But anyway, moving on from the MCU to a different type of universe, Amazon Studios decided, hey, we're going to spend over $1 billion making a Lord of the Rings series. And for close to years now, my response has been, why would you do that? But now we've got a bit of a synopsis that will basically explain everything for us. This is the synopsis. Amazon Studios' forthcoming series brings to the screens for the very first time the heroic legends of the fabled Second Age of Middle-earth. This epic drama is set thousands of years before the events of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, and will take viewers back to an era in which great powers were forged, kingdoms rose to glory and fell to ruin, Unlikely heroes were tested, hung by the finest of threads, and the greatest villain that ever flowed from Tolkien's pen. It's the Silmarillion, guys. It's the Silmarillion. Mm-hmm. It's the Silmarillion. They kept saying it wasn't going to be the Silmarillion. It's the fucking Silmarillion. Which I must confess that I've read The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. I have not gotten through the Silmarillion to save my life because I found it impenetrable. Doesn't mean I won't try to pick it up again now before this series comes out. But yeah, that's basically the history of the elves. It's like an elf Bible, if I'm being correct here. So anyway, we're getting the Silmarillion, guys. That's what the Lord of the Rings series is going to be. And $1 billion better make it worth it. Let's move on to another universe.
Wait, do you think Peter Jackson's just like, he had to fight to get as much money as he could to make the other Lord of the Rings movies and then just like casually giving these guys $1 billion to make their own?
He's just slipping it on the table like, here you go. Take it all. I just want to see it. I don't want to have anything to do with it.
$300 billion. Who cares?
Wait, is he making it or someone else?
No, I'm not.
Jeff Bezos.
I have nothing to do with it. It's that bald-headed fuck right there up in America. Yeah, I have nothing to do with it.
Wait, what voice are you trying to do, Zach? That was awful.
It's Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings.
That doesn't even sound anything like a New Zealand accent.
I understand that, and I understand that I'm being incredibly disrespectful, Ryan, and I apologize.
That's like tiny Taika Waititi.
The thing about
that's a good idea for a cartoon show, Brad. Tiny Taika Waititi.
like really, really meek Korg.
Yeah, that's what Doug used to say. Good luck, Doug. Oh, good luck, new Doug. Anyway, Ryan, can we move on from the Lord of the Rings world to the Justice League world?
What did you want to say, Corinne?
I was just gonna say
it doesn't matter what you want to say.
Aww.
I've never been able to use a rockism ever in my life,
and now you have.
I just have. I'm sorry. What were you saying, Corinne?
Oh, I was gonna say that the thing about the Lord of the Rings is that the original trilogy they filmed all 3 movies at the same time. So I'm sure like if they had filmed the first one and then they had seen like what a massive success it was, that they would have given them like a bigger budget for the second and the third one. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like what happened with Star Wars. But yeah, because they filmed all 3 at once to try to keep costs low and, just like book everybody up in one sitting. Well, that's what happened.
Well, then they also found, because of the budget they had, they said, well, we've got to create absolutely new technology. Mm-hmm. And then it changed the entire world. As far as them spending $1 billion to make the Silmarillion, I don't begrudge them that if they've got the money to do it. I just hope that it employs plenty of people and keeps some form of filmmaking going throughout the industry. What
the hell are they spending $1 billion on? Are they buying a whole country? Are they gonna like make Middle Earth out of
Corinne,
just dump a bunch of land into the water and just like form it out of the ground?
That's a great theory. Another theory is they bought New Zealand,
Krypton style.
Yeah, exactly.
They bought New Zealand. Think of it; it's perfect. They've gotten rid of COVID completely. Their government seems to run pretty well functionally. So naturally, Jeff Bezos wants to ruin it with capitalism. So anyway.
But what's going on with the Justice League?
What's going on with the Justice League? Seems like everything. But I guess an update in the Ray Fisher world is that he will no longer be playing Cyborg in the Flash movie, which is an extension of his ongoing conflicts with Warner Brothers over the accusations he's made towards the studio and to Joss Whedon. But the bigger one is that I guess...
You mean they're how completely vague they are? Every time I read something he puts, I'm like, dude, what are you even talking about? I don't want anybody to be, treated that way, but it's so vague. I don't know what to believe.
I just don't know what the reason why I'm being like vague myself about it, Ryan, is because I'm honestly not sure, because every tweet I see seems like it's just like veiled information. So I really don't know what's going on. But regardless, it sounds like he's now out completely. So it
maybe you shouldn't say shit about the guy who signs your checks.
Well, apparently Gal Gadot had some things to say about not being happy with her experience with Whedon, but she didn't reveal much further information either. So that's, again, I only know like surface level stuff and just the fact that he's tweeted vague things. But anyway, Snyder's Justice League movie that was kicked around has now become the Snyder Cut, which we thought was going to be a miniseries. And he's just said now, apparently, it's now just a full 4-hour movie. And my response to that is, just give me the thing and let's stop talking about this.
Yeah, well,
just 2 more months, Zach. 2 more months.
Buried in the announcement of Last Action Hero, coming on 4K because of what Brad and I have done.
Yep.
Is that there is a Ultra HD release of Zack Snyder's Justice League planned for March. So I'm guessing it's releasing in March.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you go to the digital bits and look at their 4K releases, they mention it.
Okay. Well, then we should.
And they confirmed today that there is an Ultra HD of My Fair Lady, Corinne, coming out.
I don't even have an Ultra HD player. Is that a thing?
Loser.
Yeah.
I don't have an Ultra HD TV. What? I don't know. If I got it, would it even work?
Yeah, I've got a HD player, or Ultra HD player, but no Ultra HD TV, so it works.
Still plays, yeah. It's okay, Corinne. Your Betamax player works just fine. You don't need anything else. But anyway, moving on.
Wait. That wasn't the only Justice League news this week, Zach.
I'm not sure of any other Justice League news, so you'll have to elaborate.
Well, I mean, it was just only all over my Twitter feed, but...
Yeah. The Martian Manhunter thing. Yeah.
Yes,
this
Harry
is from last
Lennox.
week, Corinne. Don't try to bring your last week news into this week's show.
I don't know what you all did last week. I haven't heard that episode yet. So
we didn't talk about it.
Well, yeah, anyway, Harry Lennox, who some people might know from The Blacklist and also the Matrix sequels, and
Man of Steel.
He's confirmed that his character will be revealed as Martian Manhunter in the Snyder Cut.
Cool.
Which had been rumored, but now it's confirmed. So
he'll be on screen for like 2 minutes and never heard from again because DC came out and said that that's a one-off film and nothing from it will ever happen again.
What?
Yeah.
I hope not.
Man.
I hope we get enough momentum that we can, basically peer pressure them into releasing a Martian Manhunter movie, which would be amazing. And Martian Manhunter is one of the founding members of the Justice League, so let's just say that right there, okay? He needs his own movie, everybody.
Why do you like Martian Manhunter so much?
Because he has, the coolest powers. Okay, that's one aspect. He has the coolest powers, right? He has invisibility. He can phase through matter. He can use telepathy. He can fly. He's got super strength. So he can do just anything.
So he's like every DC hero where they just keep on giving them superpowers.
No.
They can't find a villain to match him.
Yeah.
No, he has a villain. I just think his story. So he is from Mars, and he's the last. He's kind of like Superman in that he's the last survivor of his race of green Martians that was wiped out. So he lost his wife and his children and everyone he ever loved.
What wiped out the Martians on Mars?
The White Martians. The White Martians. It was basically genocide. That the White Martians took out the green Martians, and John Jones fled to Earth. So he's a refugee. So I'm I think this is a story that is relevant for our time, especially because, at least in the media that I've seen, John Jones tends to shapeshift and live out his daily life as a man of color. So, yeah.
Are there still white Martians on Mars?
In real life, no. But in the comics, I think there are.
So civilization that is very much like what's going on right now is in the comics, and they've just not. Despite the moon landing, they've missed the whole Martians on Mars type, all the space stuff since the 60s that they've mirrored in the comics. They haven't caught on to the white Martian civilization on Mars.
I mean, maybe I'm pretty sure the White Martians can turn invisible too, so that's probably why.
So it's like Thermosira, but on Mars.
I guess. I don't know that much. I don't know that much about the White Martians. I just know that John Jones he's a character who is relevant to our time, and he has the coolest powers ever. Also, Harry Lennox. Okay, I'm gonna just say Harry Lennox is super underused on the Blacklist. Like, he is one of the better actors on that show, God. And they do not use him to his full potential. And I really want to see him get like his big break, and I want this to be it. So, Harry Lennox, I hope you get your own Martian Manhunter movie.
Well, now it's weird that he was in the Man of Steel and Batman v Superman and did nothing. Like he
I know,
saw
right?
all that go down. He just sat on his ass and like let Superman fumble around with it.
Yeah, probably because he wants to fly under the radar. Maybe we'll get an explanation for it in the Snyder Cut.
Zod's actively destroying Metropolis, and then he's at the end of the movie and like, how can I trust you? Oh, by the way, I secretly have powers. Yeah,
it's probably a retcon.
Corinne, I have a question because you mentioned a lot about Manhunter Martians, White Martians. Do any of these Martians have an Illudium Q-36 explosive space modulator?
What? No, I don't know what
Ryan might know what I'm talking about. He had to fight Bugs Bunny at one point in Daffy Duck. He's a little Martian, and things make him very angry.
Oh, Marvin the Martian.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, can I move on to some news, though, that does connect to my dumb joke?
That would be sweet, though, if Marvin the Martian was in Justice League.
I would be down with that. I mean, they're owned by the same company. Don't even put Harry Lennox in. Just put, like, animated Marvin the Martian in the movie. I would be down with that.
Oh, that little boy is very fast.
Get me Darkseid, and then get me Red Reddington.
All this cross contamination of franchises is very frustrating. Anyway, so there is some Looney Tunes news coming down the pipeline. So first of all, we're going to get some more Looney Tunes cartoons, as we already know. January 21st, 2021. We are getting 10 all new episodes on HBO Max. But this is some news for Henry. In the sizzle reel for HBO Max, they tease some things such as Mortal Kombat, Suicide Squad, and Space Jam 2. We finally got our first look at Space Jam 2. There's a picture of LeBron James looking scared at something, and Bugs Bunny in the background, out of focus, looking even more scared of something. Space Jam 2 is actually happening. Did not think this thing would actually ever happen, but there we go. In the sizzle reel, we also got some more stuff for Godzilla vs. Kong, which has been confirmed to be a day-and-date release on both theaters and HBO Max. In September, we'll also be getting The Many Saints of Newark, which is a Sopranos prequel featuring James Gandolfini's son as young Tony Soprano. Also Judas and the Black Messiah, which is making its premiere up on Sundance. And then Tom and Jerry the movie, The Matrix 4, King Richard, and all those lovely things. So a lot of things to look forward to in HBO Max land. Let's see. We're moving on. There's some Kevin Smith news. He finished the first draft of his new version of Clerks 3, and he shared a portion of the first page. And it seems like it's going to feature My Chemical Romance in the opening. According to the script, Welcome to the Black Parade plays throughout the opening sequence of Dante coming up to the store. I don't know. Brad, you got any thoughts? I mean, it's just like literally like 3 paragraphs of the script, but
I don't know. I Clerks is such like a 90s soundtrack to me. I love that album, but it's also a really long song, so I don't know how much of it's gonna cover the intro, but
and what if Gerard Wade's like, "Fuck you, you can't use it,"
or whatever his label decides.
The problem with that alternate reality is that Gerard Way and him seem to be very tight, because if you'll recall from the movie Tusk, the end credits song was sung by Gerard Way. So they've already got a bit of a connection. I know he was on one of the Smodcasts at some point. I vaguely recall this. But it seems like, he's hit in touch with the My Chemical Romance's people. But regardless, it seems like this is going to be a little bit more closer to a throwback to the first Clerks is what it is sounding like. So anyway, we'll see what happens. I'll move on to another piece of black and white news. There's a new movie by Joel Coen without Ethan Coen, with Denzel Washington and Frances McDormand, called The Tragedy of Macbeth. It's going to be a thriller version of Macbeth, and it apparently is all shot in black and white. And when asked for comment, all I could say was, give me that fucking movie now.
What the hell does a thriller version of Macbeth look like? I'm pretty sure Macbeth is the one who kills everybody.
They're interpreted.
Mystery solved.
Spoilers, that play's only 600 years old.
The tone in which Joel is going for is more of is to be more of a thriller aspect to it. So it's more going to be in the way he shoots it, I'm assuming. But it doesn't matter. We won't know until this thing comes out. But all I know is it's in black and white, and it's got at least one of the Coen brothers. So it obviously has a shot to be in my top 3, because duh. And
y'all seen the one with Patrick Stewart?
No, I don't think I ever have. No. Huh.
It's pretty weird.
Is it a theatrical release, or is it like a BBC thing?
I don't remember. It's definitely like a movie version. It's not like a filmed play, but yeah, I feel like they said it during like World War II or something. I don't know. It was really weird.
Does he ever say engage in it or Magneto?
No. No, okay. He does not. He sticks to the script, Zach.
I don't know. They were playing around with some Shakespeare shit in the holodeck. And then the last piece of news, which I thought was kind of cool, is John Carpenter is going to go to podcasting, and he's going to make some horror audio shows for Serial Box, which is a platform that does serialized audio storytelling. That sounds like fun. Maybe he can do something like a Lights Out or a suspense kind of thing, Ryan. That might be fun to listen to.
Yeah, no, I enjoy listening to John Carpenter when he does commentaries and talks about movies and stuff. I
kind of hope that he finds a way to reprise his character from Body Bags in the audio form. That'd be fun. I'd pay for Serial Box to listen to that. But anyway, and then the last piece of news is something that guess what? I don't give a shit that he's doing this. Liam Neeson has said once again that he's going to retire from action filmmaking. And my response is, you should have done that a couple of years ago. And that's news.
Wow.
It's because y'all hated Honest Thief so much.
I want to see him go back to doing what he's good at doing, which is acting. He's very good at that thing.
Love Actually 2.
You know what, Corinne? I'd buy many tickets for that. I would buy so many tickets for that, regardless of the quality. Honest Thief left me very, very cold.
No, he has the #1 movie this week, so I think he's doing okay.
Oh yeah, the Mark Maker or whatever.
The Marksman.
Okay, gotcha. Anyway, that's the news of the movie world.
Cool. Films are coming out on Blu-ray. Speaking of John Carpenter.
Mm-hmm. DVD releases and Blu-rays.
So, as Ryan alluded to, They Live is coming to 4K from Scream Factory in its collector's edition form. But the more impossible thing is that Prince of Darkness is also getting a 4K release in the collector's edition format. I'm still kind of like, it's similar to James's Preacher thing. I won't believe it until it's in my hands. But
well, I can let you know I was at Twist and Shout this week, and they already had it out, so it exists.
Okay, this just Ryan, you don't think I'm crazy, right? This does seem insane.
Yeah, well, it's Scream's first 2 Ultra HD movies.
So they might want to test the waters.
My guess too is John Carpenter is probably easy to work with. That's why they have all his films.
Mm-hmm.
And it was easy for them to get him to sign on to doing an Ultra HD release of them.
Oh yeah, no, I it's just like out of all I thought they would have tried to do The Thing before they would have done anything else. But because that seems like the easiest title to sell on to people for 4K. But I'm not crying here because that means more Donald Pleasance in 4K, and I'm always in favor of that. And then also, there's a reissue from Mill Creek Entertainment of the movie Accepted from 2006. If anybody recalls, it's the movie where Justin Long creates a fake college with the help of Jonah Hill and Louis Black.
I actually think that movie's pretty fun, if I remember it correctly.
It is fun, and I like Louis Black in it a lot. The reason I saw it first was because I heard Louis Black was in it, and that's when I actually... It wasn't the first Jonah Hill thing I had seen, but I think it was the first Justin Long thing I saw. But at any rate, yeah, Accepted. It's pretty fun. I remember it being PG-13, but it was like a good college movie PG-13. Like it hit all the right beats it needed to. And then in 4K, you can also get the movie 2012 from 2009 from Roland Emmerich. I don't think anybody cares, so I'm just going to move on. And Criterion is putting out Rolling Thunder Review, a Bob Dylan experience directed by Martin Scorsese. So I know Ryan's going to pick it up right away. And then this is one have you ever heard of The Film Detective, Ryan? Ryan?
No,
We
he's
lost
muted.
him. R.I.P. Ryan.
No, he's muted.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Ryan, they are putting out a movie called Giant from the Unknown. This is a movie about finding petrified lizards in the California mountains, and then the lizard revives, and proving this theory of suspended animation. This sounds fun. It's from 1958, so it's a nice little creature feature movie. I want to check it out. And then we've got Klaus Kinski in a Full Moon Features release, The Hand That Feeds the Dead. From 1974. So if you like Klaus Kinski and you like insane things, I'm sure this will be right up your alley. And then a new release, unless this has already come out, The Kid Detective from 2020 with Adam Brody, which is a movie that Brad spoke of highly on the show, is coming to Blu-ray. So is this... I thought this already came out for some reason, but I guess...
I thought it was last week, but it's this week, so...
Right on.
Yeah, no, I mean, I pre-ordered it and it didn't show up, so I'm guessing it's this week. But I also haven't said it's been shipped yet, so I don't know when I'm getting it.
Huh. Okay. This is one that I'm definitely not aware of. I have no idea what the hell this is. It's a movie called Dreamland from Paramount Pictures. It's from 2019 and features Finn Cole and Margot Robbie. The synopsis is a teenager's adventures as a bounty hunter takes an unexpected twist. That's all it says. I have no idea what this is. Seems like if it's a Margot Robbie movie, it should have had much more discussion behind it, but I don't know. And then I don't know what this is, but Scott Adkins in a movie called Max Cloud from 2019 from Wellgo USA. When video game enthusiast Sarah is transported into her favorite game, she finds herself on an intergalactic prison, home to the most dangerous villains in the galaxy. Yeah, I wish I knew what this is. This seems like something that Brad might have watched and had thoughts on. I don't know.
I heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
Okay. Well, then anyway, moving on. And then it looks like everything else is pretty much just reissues of things that have already come out. You can get such reissues as Slapshot, Casper, Your Highness, and then Dracula Untold, Glass. These are all reissues that you can get. And then the last really cool thing is VCI Cliffhanger Collection is putting out the serialized version of Gangbusters. This version features, amongst other people, Robert Armstrong from King Kong, Morgan Cox, Sal Martin, Victor McLeod, and it's Gangbusters. It's all 13 episodes of this particular serial from 1942. So if you want to check it out, yeah, do it. And that is Blu-rays.
Wait. You're gonna ignore Beach Babes from Beyond?
I'm not
You
gonna.
son of a bitch.
I'm not gonna ignore it. We can talk about it if you want. It didn't look like a real thing.
starring Nicole Posey and Joe Estevez.
Yeah, it didn't look like a real thing, Brad.
Well, that's weird. The Digital Bits had it listed today, but Amazon says it comes out February 9th.
Weird.
Hot, tan, alien, and intergalactic babe borrows her dad's T-Bird ship to do a little planet hopping with her two friends, but they run out of fuel unexpectedly and must land on Earth. They land on the California coast and run into some guys, where they have fun and a few close encounters at the beach. Ooh. One of the guys, Uncle Bud, who just wants to meditate and hang out, is being threatened with condemnation of his beach house unless he puts some money into repairs. The alien babes offer to enter the bikini contest with their way out designs to try and win the money he needs.
So
I'm reading, Zach. Stop interrupting me.
Go ahead.
God, can't not talk for like 5 seconds. But they are hampered by the garment designer who will stop at nothing to win. It's up to the three out of his world beauties to help the holistic hipster the only way they know how, by busting loose in a wet and wild bikini contest that sets the strand to sizzle and proves once and for all that the Pacific Coast Highway leads straight to hard body heaven. Bonus features include full moon features and trailers.
Wow, why wasn't that nominated for an Oscar?
Brad, I think they did end up removing it because I went back to the page and it's gone now.
I mean, it says February 9th on Amazon, so okay. I don't know what Digital Bits is, just wait behind on everything.
No, I was on Blu-ray.com, so.
Yeah.
All right. Anywho. But yeah, that sounds like every canon movie stuffed into a blender.
Yeah. What year was that?
Sounds like 90s all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Early 90s specifically. It's Full Moon Features. Isn't that Charlie Band?
It is. So I'm guessing 93.
Yeah, it's not saying anything. But yeah.
Ryan, you're swirling that movie in a glass like it's brandy, going like, yes, I believe it's Charlie Brand 93.
Well, yes. I used to like the Full Moon stuff, like Subspecies and Castle Freak is pretty great.
Dolls
then they really leaned into cheap movies, and
like
they weren't as good.
Yeah, like Ginger Dead Man and Evil Bong.
Now, I'm not going to say I'm awesome, but I just looked it up on IMDb. That would be 1993.
Ooh, Ryan, you're a Charlie Band psychic.
It also has Don Swayze, which looks like Patrick Swayze, but like his older, not as attractive brother.
Maybe it's like a Gila Point thing where it is Patrick Swayze, but he went into heavy makeup in order to assume a different character.
you probably saw it on TNT Up All Night or USA Up All Night, and just yeah.
He also is known as Donnie Swayze.
Do you think Donnie Swayze's still alive?
Yeah, he is.
Ooh.
Donnie. Donnie.
I'm just saying, Roadhouse 3.
Yep, he is the younger brother of Patrick Swayze.
Aw, good for him.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, that's Blu-rays.
Holy shit. He has 107 credits on IMDb. And he is in The Rookie, which is a TV series on some network right now.
I think that's ABC.
So Donnie Swayze is tearing it up.
Good for him.
Yep.
Glad he made it.
We watch films throughout the week, and sometimes TV, and sometimes other things, in a segment we call What You've Been Watching.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Corinne, what have you been watching?
Quite a bit, since I've been on for a couple of weeks. I'll start with the stuff that's more out of character for me. Ryan lent me the Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge movie, and it's okay. Like it was an enjoyable watch.
It's the fourth best movie of 2020.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
you can
the
think
best
that.
animated movie of the year.
You know that's not true.
According to my list, it is.
Well, oh yeah, side note, go check out realnerdspodcast.com. I just posted the 2020 Film Explosion statistical recap where I break down like what films we collectively liked the most from 2020, what genres did the best on our list, etc. So go check that out.
Oh my gosh, enough of the self-plugs. Today's Cary Grant's birthday, and I wrote this article about Cary Grant.
I'm plugging our website. What's so wrong with that, Ryan?
Don't worry, Ryan. I promoted all the Cary Grant things today on Twitter.
That's right.
It's all I'm good for.
Anyway, but it was a pretty good movie. I thought the animation was really well done, and the voice acting is pretty good. Obviously, I recognize Joe McHale. Just been rewatching Community recently, so it's like, oh yeah, hey, glad to see he's getting some work. And Steve Blum is in it for all of like 2 seconds, and that's really sad. But my favorite part of the movie was Raiden, because Raiden is always my go-to character whenever I play Mortal Kombat, which is like never, but whenever I do, I always pick Raiden. And Raiden is super awesome in this movie, even though he doesn't really do much, but he's like so powerful that they basically have to say, yeah, you can't interfere because of how strong you are. So I appreciated that.
He is a demigod, so...
Well, I don't know any of the Mortal Kombat lore. I just know that Raiden has, like, lightning powers, and that's about it. So, I was really surprised when Sub-Zero went out like a bitch, but then they kind of explained what happened with that, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes a little more sense. But, yeah, anyway. So, I guess go check out Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge if you want to.
Which you should.
Sure. Ryan likes it more than me, so there's that. And then...
So right away, it's more credibility what I say.
No. So then I've also watched like a season and a half of NBC's Hannibal.
And it's the best thing ever, right?
I mean, the production value is really good. And the acting is awesome.
Yes, good.
But it's like, and I knew this would happen, but it's like really, really dark, and really gruesome and gross. Like there are definitely scenes I had to fast forward just because I'm like, I can't with this like right now.
Are you going to continue it?
I kind of want to, but I think I just needed like a little bit of a mental breather from it because it's been a week since I watched an episode.
That's more than fair. If you continue it, just as a heads up, it gets even more fucked up.
Yay. I mean, I know my man Richard Armitage is in the 3rd season, so that's kind of an incentive to keep watching it. But I guess I can't get over like how blindingly stupid everyone in the show is. And it's set in the modern day, but everybody, like all the police investigations make it seem like it's supposed to be more in the 70s. Because I'm like, okay, why can't you ping his cell phone? Why don't you look at the security camera footage? Why don't you just have him tailed if you think that he's the Chesapeake Ripper? Like, are you all so fucking stupid?
Well, to ping a cell phone, someone has to be in imminent danger, and you have to be able to articulate that. So that's a lot harder than just hitting someone's cell phone.
Okay, well, they could still... Like, there's an episode where they're like, okay, we think that Hannibal is the Chesapeake Ripper. And rather than having him tailed, what Lawrence Fishburne character does is like Hannibal has this dinner party, and so Lawrence Fishburne just like takes a bunch of like food from the party and to get it tested to see if it's like human flesh, and it's not. But I'm like, why couldn't you just? These people are so stupid.
It's also meant to be
dozens of people, and he never gets caught. Never even like leaves any evidence behind. It's so frustrating.
But Corinne, the show's also supposed to, in a lot of ways, be a horror show. So, as a result, they're going to delay what they can in order to get what they can out of the horror element. So, otherwise, it would just be any typical procedural.
I get that. But I'm just saying, it's very frustrating to me to watch it and just be like, why can't you just, something?
Okay.
So eventually, I think I'll get around to finishing season 2 and then watching season 3. But
if you make it through all the way of season 3, you'll be my hero, Corinne.
Wow. Okay, I got to do it now just so I can be Zach's hero. Apparently,
that's a really low bar, Zach.
I just want her to finish.
I've watched the whole show. What does that make me?
No, Ryan. This is the thing, and you'll understand why I say this. She won't watch a Friday the 13th movie. She won't watch anything else. This is the closest we're going to get to horror Corinne, and I want to see what horror Corinne thinks of Hannibal. So that's the bar I'm going to set for this.
I mean, Hugh Dancy and Mads Mikkelsen do an excellent job,
and that should carry you through just fine. I will say, if by the end of the 3rd season you're not wondering why there isn't a 4th season, then we just can't connect.
I already know how it ends, so.
Oh, no. The hope is that you'll be like, why can't there be a season 4?
Oh, well, I know why there can't. Because they die. So. Anyway, that's what I've seen clips. So that's what some out of character. What?
You just love spoilers. Why can't you just enjoy things and experience them?
That's just how I roll. I don't know what to tell you. The internet spoils a bunch of shit for me. I can't avoid it.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't. Yeah. I'm on the internet so much.
I am too, but when The Mandalorian was trending, I made sure I stayed off of that until I watched the episodes I missed. Especially someone like you, who after like an hour after the show was tweeting about it.
That's, again, how I roll, so...
Brian, the only movie Corinne can't spoil the ending of is Memento, because the ending happens at the beginning.
Yeah, and I've never seen it, so I don't know what happens.
You're fine.
He loses his memory or something.
You're fine, Corinne. You're fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
So I also watched the first couple episodes of WandaVision, which I'm sure Ryan or somebody else will talk about that, so I'll just wait till we get into that discussion. And then some...
Brad just took off his headphones.
Oh, okay.
Because he thinks you're going to start talking about it, Corinne.
Oh. Do we want to talk about it now?
Hold on, I'm putting on my video. No, she's not spoiling it yet.
Hey, Zach, just flash me a gang sign when she's done.
Don't worry. I got your back, B.
Do we want to talk about it now, or do we want to wait till Ryan talks about what he's been watching?
Whatever works.
Okay, well, since Brad already took off his headphones. All right, so I guess I've never really seen, like, a lot of old-timey shows. So, I mean, that whole, like, it references Bewitched and stuff kind of flew over my head. Like, I just get it in a general sense. I wasn't, like, specifically really excited about it. But, I mean, it's still really good. And I feel like everybody's pretty much kind of figured out what's really going on. But... I mean, at least everybody I've seen on the internet's kind of like, yeah, it's probably just a fictional reality she's making up. But, I mean, I'm along for the ride. I'm excited to find out. And obviously I love those two actors, and I think they have great chemistry. And it was very sad when Vision died. Because Paul Bettany is a great Vision.
It's a well-made TV series. They have some great callbacks to the Dick Van Dyke Show, to I Love Lucy, Leave It to Beaver, Bewitched, Ozzie and Harriet. They do. There's Paul Bettany does a couple facial expressions and a couple acting callbacks to Dick Van Dyke, which is I really appreciated. And even the Scarlet Witch has a line that Mary Tyler Moore says in an episode of the Dick Van Dyke Show. I think I don't care as much about the mystery. But I do think the show is really well made, and it's intriguing enough that they'll keep other people watching. But you're probably right. I mean, I don't go on the internet to spoil things for me. I just try to figure it out on my own. But the Scarlet Witch is able to alter reality, and I think she's in a state of depression, and so she's making up what's happening to her. Right. Because she even has that one part towards the end of episode 2, where when she finds out the beekeeper guy, who could be a supervillain, shows up, and she's like, no, this can't happen, and she rewinds it and changes how it happens. So yeah, I think that's what my guess is. Obviously, S.W.O.R.D. plays a part in it, which is basically another government kind of thing, like S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
So it'll be interesting. She definitely, I think you're right. I think she is making this reality.
Yeah, and like you said, I kind of don't really care about that aspect. It was just kind of cute to see those actors do some like homage to classic TV, and I'm excited to see like what they're going to do with the 60s and 70s and everything. So
yeah, and
it's a conceit that I care more about, like the conceit, than I do about like the mystery of it.
Yeah, I agree, and it's because I'm sure when it unfolds more and you can watch every episode, it'll be really cool. But right now, it's a well-made show. The actors, and I love Catherine Hahn in it, and it's pretty great. I love the talent show portion where he's drunk because he got gum stuck in his gears. Yeah, and how she does the bewitched thing to make the illusions happen. It's pretty great. So yeah, WandaVision's fun.
WandaVision. So then I'll run down some animes I've been watching really quickly. Two of them are shoujo. So I got recommended to watch Kaguya-sama Love is War, which is really fun. It's a pretty short series. The conceit is that these two characters like each other, but they make it like a mind game, because like whoever says whoever declares their love first like loses. So they're always trying to like get each other to confess their love, and it's like really fun to watch. It's it kind of reminds me, if you've ever seen Death Note, like the mind games that L and Light would play on each other. So it's kind of like that, but in like a shoujo set. It's hard to explain. You would just have to watch it. So that's Kaguya-sama Love is War. I also watched Ouran High School Host Club, which apparently is a super popular shoujo anime that I've heard of, but I'd never seen. And I don't know why. Apparently it came out in the US in 2006. So I think I was just like a little too old at that point to watch it, because I was like in high school and I'm like, I can't be into anime anymore. I'll be unpopular. And then of course now like everybody's into anime. But it's a really cute show. The idea is that this girl, she goes to this like really fancy, prestigious high school with like all these rich kids, and she's there on scholarship, and she has short hair because like she had it cut right before school started, and the way she's dressed, like this group of guys think that she's a boy, and they run a host club where they basically, I don't know how to explain it. Basically, they entertain young ladies after school as a way to just like a maid cafe, but it's men running it instead of women. So they have her join the host club, and so she is supposed to be a guy, but she's actually a girl, and so hijinks ensue, and it's really fun. And it gets really serious and like dramatic at the end, like at the very last couple of episodes. I was like, what the hell? Like, I was just laughing my ass off one episode ago, and now all of a sudden it's like, ooh, took a dark turn, like people getting slapped, other people getting engaged and moving to other countries. What is going on here? So anyway, Ouran High School Host Club, excellent show, highly recommend it. It's on Netflix. And then the latest episode of Yashahime came out, which is the Inuyasha sequel. We are finally getting some answers. We got a major flashback episode that filled in a lot of the blanks. Now we're creating a whole bunch of like conspiracy theories of like, well, really, maybe he was helping them when he trapped them in the pearl for 14 years or whatever. So we'll see how the rest of it plays out. But anyway, we're getting a lot of good material out of that show. So it's hit. I think it's hit its stride. So that's all I've been watching.
Zach, are you paying attention?
Oh yeah, I am. I was just listening.
All right, what do you watch this week?
Not a whole lot. I didn't get any Mando watching in, but I'll continue that for next week. I
just go to Corinne's Twitter feed. You'll know what happens.
Yeah, but I'd rather watch the billions.
No, I don't. It wouldn't make any sense to him. He's not even on season 2 yet, right?
Look.
It doesn't have to make sense for you to spoil that moment.
Look, unless her spoilers in the Twitter feed reveal my ultimate dream of Baby Yoda with a backward cap and sunglasses driving the Mandalorian ship while AC/DC blasts through the ship's stereo, I can just watch the entire thing and find out what happens that way. And if you guys out there think that my idea is flawed, just remember, I don't care. This is what I want. But anyway, I did end up making some tough decisions. Hey, since Corinne announced her little article, can I promote something, Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the new series on Yesteryear Ballyhoo Review is not going to be Orson Welles and John Huston. It's going to be only John Huston. Hooray! So that means I went back and rewatched some John Huston films. Rewatched The Maltese Falcon. That's still an amazing film. If they end up reopening the Esquire again and they do Midnights, I kind of want them to show that again because that was one of the fun. You
do know that it's coming out this week in like all theaters, right?
Oh, is that the TCM thing?
Yep.
Oh, it's that soon? Oh shit! Then I'm going.
Yeah,
Ryan.
Your uncle's hosting it, dude.
Oh no, my secret father. He's my secret father, Ryan. Or my uncle, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. If you guys know what I'm talking about, look up Ben Mankiewicz. This picture with Zach's. They look exactly the same.
Yes, my actual name is Zach Mankiewicz Eastman. It's a huge thing. I broke away from the family because I sided with Orson Welles in the whole Mank v. Wells debacle.
We used to call you Stankiewicz in school.
And I said, just you wait, I'll be on a podcast where nobody will listen to me. But anyway, okay, so then Ryan, if that's playing in the theater, I think we should go this weekend. You and I.
Yeah, I was trying to sneak away to see it. Hopefully I can.
You just make a scarecrow version of yourself to fool Laura and Kellen.
just plant some drugs on somebody. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I got to transport this guy to Denver and I'll be gone for 4 hours.
Ryan, that's just your pillows with a face drawn on it. Bye! And then I rewatched The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, which that's a film that I think is due for a big screen revival of some sort too, because that is.
Didn't you just say that The Five Bloods was like a secret Treasure of the Sierra Madre remake?
It is, Corinne. Have you ever seen The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, Corinne?
I have not.
Okay, it's basically a treasure hunt movie, but at its core, it's about a man slowly being driven to the worst parts of humanity and pure evil. That comes in the form of Humphrey Bogart playing Dobbs, who goes off with Curtin and Howard to search for gold in the Sierra Madre, and madness ensues because it's the desert and searching for gold, and gold drives people to their worst instincts.
Are you sure that's not just 2020?
It kind of is, Corinne, because the movie is based off of a book by B. Traven, which was an indictment against capitalism. So, yes, I do think it's 2020, the movie, but set in the early 1900s during Mexico's oil boom, and it has Humphrey Bogart in it. And also John Huston playing a guy in a white suit who keeps giving Bogart money until he says, no, fucking enough, I'm done. You're on your own. You have to make your way through life without my assistance. But Ryan, I don't know if you've seen the film before, right?
Yeah.
It's been, but I don't know how long it's been for you. But
oh, geez, probably like 10 years.
It's amazing that because I haven't rewatched a Toy Story movie in a while, but this was the first time in a while in rewatching Sierra Madre where I was watching Walter Houston's character, and I was just like, it's not the action, but the visual. Like, oh, they clearly made Stinkin' Pete. Every prospector is based off of John Huston's portrayal or Walter Houston's portrayal. But Stinky Pete, the old prospector, was the only thing that was really flashing to my mind as like the next iconic prospector in cinema. Because like you know that trope is there because of that movie, but somehow Stinky Pete, only thing that's drawn to my mind there. Yeah, and then I rewatched Key Largo, which is a good movie if you've never seen it. It's basically a potboiler set in the location of a hotel that's that's going through a hurricane, and the innocent owner of the hotel and a visiting veteran played by Humphrey Bogart are trapped in the hotel by the storm and by ruthless gangsters led by Johnny Rocco, played by Edward G. Robinson. Still a fun movie. It's not the best Houston movie, but it's a really good Houston movie. But the issue that I had with this, so I have the DVD releases of it. I still have never upgraded the Blu-ray on Warner Archive. The DVD menu of it, and I took a photo of it if you want to see it. It literally looks like it's the DVD menu for an 80s cop movie. It's got the most standard 80s font with it, and then Bogart and Bacall looking like they're posing in front of like the beach. So it's like it's one sentence short of being a Miami Vice ripoff. But the movie's great. So just get past that menu and watch the movie. And then I rewatched There Will Be Blood in conjunction with Sierra Madre, and one of the reasons why I did it was because Paul Thomas Anderson in several interviews said that he would rewatch Treasure of the Sierra Madre nearly every day while filming that movie. And it shows. There's a lot of visual callback to it. And there's a lot of what Anderson does in the movie to try to capture the spirit of certain aspects of Houston's movie. I was actually noticing how the photography tries to emulate silent films, especially during when the oil derrick blows up and there's wide shots that cut away to the oil derrick in flames, or the oil pump in flames. And you see this outer rim of red encompassing the frame, and it almost feels like it's an iris flashing through. But yeah, and the movie's still great. I know not everybody likes it, but I still enjoy it. It's actually like a weirdly cathartic movie to watch, from just letting out just like shaking out the aggression. And then I watched a movie for the first time called The Glass Key with Veronica Lake, Alan Ladd, and William Bendix. It's a noir film, and it's really good, Ryan. I don't want to spoil it for you. I think you should watch it. I think it's really good. All you need to really know is that Alan Ladd is trying to keep everybody fucking cool, because everybody is just deciding to make bad decisions. And Alan Ladd's just like, guys, chill the fuck out.
You had me at Veronica Lake.
We all get had at Veronica Lake. But I'll tell you, William Bendix, who you'll recall from Lifeboat, Ryan, I like seeing him pop up more in things that I'm watching recently, because I only have an image of him as Gus from Lifeboat or Chester Riley from The Life of Riley. And the more I watch his 40s output, the more I'm amazed that he got cornered into the comedy realm, because I'm like, in another world, he would have become like one of those next great gangster characters, because he has, or at least like a more steady supporting player throughout the late 40s and early 50s, because he's got the energy for it. Like he doesn't mess around. And then I ended up.
I thought you said you didn't watch very much, Zach.
No, the last thing that I wanted to bring up was in honor of Cary Grant's birthday. Before I got on this episode, I rewatched North by Northwest a little bit while I was working on some tests with my new podcasting equipment, and that movie's still wonderful. So, happy birthday, Cary Grant!
My second favorite Cary Grant film.
Yeah. Well, wait. Oh, well, your
wait,
first is
which
The
one's
Awful
your
Truth.
number one?
The Awful Truth.
Yeah.
What's number 3?
Charade.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Ryan. Maybe it's because you introduced me to it, and I've just become enamored with it. But I would put Mr. Lucky within the top 5.
Wow, that's a good one.
I know that seems weird, but like I just enjoy everything he's doing in it to an alarming degree. Like it's certainly not the best role he's done, but I'm just like, God damn it, this movie's so freaking charming. So yeah, but if I had to pick a number one, I'd say it would probably be To Catch a Thief, just because I enjoy him in that movie so much, and I have the best time with him there. But I have never done a definitive Cary Grant list, so maybe I'll have to do one in Letterboxd. I won't do it on the website because I'm not going to steal your thunder.
You can do it on the website. It's okay.
That was the Real Nerds equivalent of him going, Maverick, you can ride with me anytime.
That's right.
Is this the part of the podcast where we all say what our favorite Cary Grant movie is?
Sure.
Brad?
By default, North by Northwest.
Okay, that's cool.
I've seen him in.
Okay. That's cool. Corinne, what is your favorite? What is your favorite?
Oh, it's Charade, obviously. So cute.
Oh, wait, you know what, Ryan? It might be a tie between To Catch a Thief and Notorious.
Oh, yeah, Notorious is a great film.
Yeah.
You know, most
That's
of his
the one he's
films
in
are
with Ingrid
pretty
Bergman,
great.
right?
Yes, Notorious is the one with Ingrid Bergman. I mean, and I may sound weird putting To Catch a Thief that high up on the Cary Grant scale, but it's just everything in that movie is working on all cylinders for me. So,
well, he is charming in it.
He is, and he works well with Grace Kelly, and he works
Grace
well.
Kelly's beautiful,
and he works well with John Williams. No, not that John Williams, the actor John Williams. So yeah, I'll stand by that. To Catch a Thief. Anywho, that's what I've been watching.
Brad, or did we put you to sleep?
Heading there.
Brad, what'd you watch this week?
Gosh, I was just not a lot. I was just looking at Don Swayze here. He looks like the Star Trek Mirror Universe version of Patrick Swayze.
Right? I didn't even know he existed.
Yeah, he's got the goatee and then like the dark hair and everything.
Yep,
it's uncanny. Yeah, not a lot this week. I rewatched Back to the Future 2 at the Alamo.
Yes.
Probably the most amazing part was that the audience cheered at the end, which was like fun to see.
Yeah, when I went and saw Raiders recently, it was really cool to hear people do that. Cheer when, they cheered when he shot the dude with the sword, and because you love those moments in the movies, and to see other people respond to them is awesome.
Especially since too, like growing up, like as a kid, Back to the Future 2 was my favorite of the three. And it was like always, the discussion was always maligned as like, oh, it's the dark one, and it's like not a full movie. And it's silly because of the future prediction stuff. And it's fun that 30 years later, like people go to see that silly future stuff that's past, it's past 2015 now. And they're just, you're sitting there comparing it to like what they got right and what they got wrong. So like it's I think it's aged well, despite being incorrect about a few things.
I think so too. I've always loved that movie too. It's one of those, because I think as a kid you wanted the sneakers that self-tied.
Yeah.
And I mean,
the clothes that dry themselves.
My brothers and I used to make our own hoverboards, and we would always say, "You can't go over water," because we're just dumb that way. But I love that movie.
Yeah, and then you're sitting there going like, why does the water, like, whoever built that technology, like, what is water having to do with, like, you assume there's magnetism going on with how it's just a plot contrivance, so they have a way for like Marty to outsmart Griff. But it's also really cool how like the shots, because Michael J. Fox plays himself, his older self later on, then his two kids, and the camera setups they had to do to like make that work and make it convincing. And then Tom Wilson has to play young, middle-aged, and old Griff. And then they get Christopher Lloyd to actually de-age by writing in the fact they went to like the cosmetic place in the future, so he can like take off the old man makeup and play just his normal age for the rest of the movie. It's just amazing, and then, like all the nods to the first one, like it's impressive to go back and remake the movie you made 4 years earlier. Because what's his name? George McFly. He's not in it, but like his character is, so they have to like
Crispin Glover.
Crispin Glover, yeah. So they find clever ways to still include that character, by flipping him upside down so you can't like easily recognize him, and then recycling his footage when they go back to 1955. But yeah, it's also kind of hard to watch without the third one because it does end in that cliffhanger, and you're just like, oh, I want to watch the third one right now.
Yeah. Third one's great too.
Yeah,
it's a pretty solid trilogy.
Oh yeah, it's for something that was conceived separately, in two parts. They made a solid trilogy out of it. So yeah, that was cool. And then, shoot, there's one other movie I watched. What was it?
Scorpion's Revenge?
Nope.
That's what the cool people watched.
Sorry for not being cool, Ryan.
Wow, I'm cool for once? Wow.
I guess they didn't watch another movie. Yeah, the only thing I watched was a TV show, Vice Principals, which is Danny McBride and Walton Goggins play rival vice principals.
Yeah.
You watched it?
I haven't. But I keep on forgetting that's a show that's existed.
Yeah, it's only 2 seasons. It's a quick breeze. The episodes are like half an hour, but yeah, they're just rival principals who think they're going to replace Bill Murray, who's stepping down from the principal job to take care of his wife with cancer, and then the district puts in a different permanent principal. So they set aside their rival differences to team up and try to like ruin her. And the first thing they do is burn her house down. Like just way over the top. But the cool part is over the course of the series, these two guys that hate each other and are like rivals for this, position that no one else wants but them. They become like best buds, and yeah, it's pretty fun. It takes a little while to get going. I think I was like episode 6 in. I was like, do I want to keep going with this? But yeah, it was pretty fun and just silly and stupid in places. It's Danny McBride's still playing basically, his Eastbound and Down character, but is like a school principal.
It's okay too.
Yeah. So
I love watching them.
Have you watched The Righteous Gemstones with him yet?
I started it, but I keep passing out, not because it's bad. I just have been busy. So, but yeah, okay. I started it.
Okay.
But it has like a lot of the same people again. Just as different characters. So,
right on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I remember watching.
I really only watched 2 things this week because we already talked about WandaVision, but I watched Vampires. Sorry, my wife just started yelling. I watched Vampires versus. It wasn't directed at me, so maybe after the podcast she'll yell at me. Vampires versus the Bronx, which is a movie on Netflix, which is a story about a couple kids trying to save. What are the corner stores in freaking Bodegas. New York called? Thank you.
Bodegas.
My wife's yelling at me from the bedroom.
Pagodas.
Abe Pagoda.
Emilio.
And while they're trying to save it, this company is buying up all the property in the Bronx, which is a front for vampires. And the kids uncover the mystery, of course, and then they have to fight the vampires. It's cute. I don't know. I always like my horror movies to be somewhat violent, and it's PG-13, so the violence is kind of toned down. But the actors, the little kids, like teenage boys in it, are really good. There's some fun moments, and it's like a traditional vampire thing. They die by sunlight and stakes, and it's a film where eventually, the kids have to bring everybody on board, and it's fun. I mean, I think it's like 82 minutes, so it goes by really fast. And I enjoyed it. It was good. You can check it out if you're bored for 82 minutes one day. And the only other thing I watched that I've never seen before that I bought on Blu-ray a long time ago, which every time I start watching something like that, I just think about how my wife is right about how I would buy Blu-rays and then I forget to watch them. And then I eventually watch them. And then I can always just hear my wife talking to me in the background. It's like, I told you always buy them and never watch them.
I told you would never do a dental plan. Lisa needs braces.
Totally. She's 100% right, but I don't like to tell her she's right to her face. Anyways, so I watched Invaders from Mars, which is a canon film from Tobe Hooper that he made after Chainsaw 3 or 2, I mean.
Yeah, 2.
Or before or after, I can't remember, but he did a 3-picture deal with Canon, and one of the pictures had to be a Texas Chainsaw film. Mm-hmm. And so this one is a remake of a 1950s sci-fi film, and it's more of a family movie. It's really campy. But the cool part is it has really awesome creature effects in it.
Oh, yeah.
And the creature effects were done by Stan Winston Studios. And I just love that era. It's from 86. So I love that era of creature effects because you can tell they're really elaborate. And in the making of the special effects guys, they had 2 performers in it. They had bodybuilders in the front and a little person in the back. And each one of them were puppeteering the creatures to make it work. And it's pretty impressive. The story is whatever. These aliens come down to Earth and they take over the bodies of the adults in the town. And it's up to this kid to solve the mystery and have the military help him out. It's a pretty standard 1950s kind of sci-fi film.
Ryan, I looked it up. This one came out in June and Texas Chainsaw 2 came out in August.
Okay.
But both of them were not very well received. So
no, I can't remember his third film he did too for Canon.
Wasn't it Life Force?
Oh, it was Life Force. Yeah, so he did Life Force, then this, and then Texas Chainsaw 2.
Yeah.
And this one didn't do well, and he said, people are expecting more horror from him, mm-hmm. and instead he made kind of a kids movie, which it is. It's like a kind of a kids horror film.
It's a combination of a kids film and an insane film, and I love all of it.
Yeah, it's an interesting film. The Blu-ray from Scream Factory is great. It has an awesome commentary. It has an awesome making of. I really got to get caught up on all my articles and things like that, and
I was going to say I haven't seen a Scream Factory crypt from you in a while. I was getting a little.
Yeah, I know, because then I start doing my 2020 stuff, and then I still have to work, and then I have to still be a dad, and
Wait, Ryan, you're a dad?
Yeah, I know.
When the fuck did that happen?
Only one time over that we know of.
Oh,
Put the knife down, Laura. I'm just kidding. And that's all I watched this week.
Ryan just runs out of the room like a cartoon character. Like, I did it again.
No wonder he became a police officer. He needed a cover to hide the bodies.
Yes, to get into the mind of a criminal.
Oh, God.
This week on Real Nerds Podcast, we went and saw News of the World. Brad, should people see News of the World?
Yeah, I think it's all right. The story is kind of, I feel like I've watched this dynamic before. It's just in a different setting with different characters. There's another movie inside it that I wish that it had kind of explored a little more. So other than that, yeah, it's fine. It's nothing that blew me away.
Zach?
Yeah, I think you should. We'll get into it after we've played the trailer, but I found it interesting that Paul Greengrass a few years back was talking about John Ford with such eloquence for Five Came Back, and now to see what he does with a Western, it was actually really quite touching to watch. I think it's great. I think Tom Hanks is wonderful in it. I think the little girl is fantastic in it. Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, I love this movie. If I saw this movie and Promising Young Woman when I could have last year, these probably would have been on my film explosion list. I love this movie, and I think Tom Hanks is great in it. I just really enjoyed it. Here's a trailer for News of the World.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Captain Jefferson Kyle Kidd, and I'm here tonight to read the news from across this great world of ours.
So they pay you to tell stories. I ain't never heard of that as a thing a man can do.
Well, it's not a rich man's occupation, as you can see. Hey! Stop! Stop! I'm not gonna hurt you! Do you understand English?
Tôi dạy khâu và
Friend. It says your name is Johanna Leonberger. Indians took you when they attacked your family 6 years prior. Her mother, father, and sister were... well, they passed. She's got family down in Castroville.
Captain, why are you doing this?
She needs to laugh and dream. She needs new memories.
Road's closed.
Is that the law?
It is now.
Captain, you, Johanna. I do not have a clue as to the care of a child. It's a photograph. That's my wife. You can certainly handle a horse. That there's a horse.
Horse. Captain.
Captain. Make no mistake. Captain.
Word is she's that captive out of Wichita Falls.
What do you want?
How much you want for her?
This child is not for sale.
So she thinks she's an Indian now.
She's something in between. Ladies and gentlemen, these are stories of men and women very much like you, waiting for better days to come.
You can't have her! And I'm taking her home!
You know, you are allowed to put it on your list for 2021, Ryan.
I know, so it could end up there. In the film, Tom Hanks plays a Confederate Civil War veteran who goes around Texas and reads the news. He's basically the Reconstruction era version of Tom Brokaw, and that's the premise. And he meets this young girl who was kidnapped by the Kiowa Indian tribe, and her guy who is bringing her back to her family was lynched because he was an African American. And this movie deals with a lot of heady issues with what's going on in the world, especially the South at that time, where they didn't appreciate the Union soldiers in their towns, and you have basically two conflicting worlds, and it's kind of brutal. And so after Tom Hanks basically saves this young girl, he doesn't want to, but he brings her back home to her original family, extended family, because her parents were killed by the Kiowas who took her. And now she doesn't speak German anymore, from what her family's from, Germany. And she has to learn to live with Tom Hanks' character.
So, Ryan, I didn't see the movie, but this sounds a lot like The Searchers. Is this basically The Searchers?
Corinne, this is Paul Greengrass's version of The Searchers.
Yeah,
which means it's a little bit easier to swallow.
It has a lot of the same similar beats. And even in the Alamo pre-show, they played the trailer for The Searchers.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, it's basic. It has a lot of the same beats. It's really well done.
Did you, Brian? Have you seen the missing Ron Howard's The Missing, his Searchers movie that he did in 2003?
I haven't. I have the Blu-ray because I got to get back to my Kate watch too.
Okay. The reason, I won't spoil anything, obviously, but I will say that I need to rewatch it, but I don't remember it hitting the same aesthetic or tone that The Searchers goes for, despite telling basically the same story with different alterations. What I appreciated though about Greengrass's version is that he uses Searchers imagery, but brings a bit more clarity and a little bit more I want to say more of a more enlightened tone to how you tell a story like The Searchers. Because there's scenes where he's reading the news to different people across the towns, and you get a lot more of an extrapolation of that conflict that surrounds the setting of the film, which is Reconstruction era, post-Civil War. But it's not dictating the story. It's the environment. It sets you up in that environment into how hostile a world it is that Tom Hanks needs to navigate this young girl through.
Yeah, I think too that he tells it on a smaller scale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know, The Searchers has that, for lack of better, the Vista Vision feel to it.
Well, yeah, that's not an unfair statement at all.
He really focuses on the characters because it is a slow moving movie. It's not, you know, balls to the wall, you know, point A to point B.
And it's
but
not
it is a road trip movie.
And it's not his shaky cam either.
No, it's the scene where he's shooting out with the guys who want to kidnap Joanna and you know, sell her in the sex slave or trade market. It's really well shot, and I think it's really cool. And he even makes he kind of slows it down in that moment too.
Oh, the scene where he the end of that scene where he tricks him into coming out so he can shoot him. Yeah. It's such a really solid edit, and it's clear, and I can see it. It's why I like Paul Greengrass, but the one complaint I've always had about him is that his shaky cam always got on my nerves. But I like how he was able to blend versions of that style with a very steady Western aesthetic, where when there is landscape, there is beautiful landscape in this movie. Yeah. Beautiful paintings that come out of the Old West are just stuck right in this movie. And I think Tom Hanks I'm not going to say this is the most challenging role he's ever had, but it's interesting seeing him take on for lack of a better term, an Eastwood aesthetic or even a Wayne aesthetic.
Sure.
It's something I don't expect out of him. He gets grizzled really well. He does grizzled really well in a way that I just wasn't reckoning on.
But I also love how he softens too. There's a great scene where he finally goes back to San Antonio, and he hasn't been there in 5 years. And you learn, because spoilers, Corinne, if you don't want to listen, you learned that his wife died, which you kind of got the hint that she did anyways. But he also, as he's explaining it to his friend, he realizes he's on the wrong side of history too, because they never say that he's a Confederate veteran until that moment where he realizes that he fought for the wrong cause. His wife died without him seeing her. And there's also this great moment in that scene too, where he realizes that he loves Joanna, and he decides he's going to go back and get her.
Yeah.
And I cried when he found her and he says, "You belong with me." And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. The following scene where they're reading the news and she's now a part of the storytelling.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a secret movie about a love of storytelling stuck in this movie that I really liked. It's not, and I like that it's not shoved in your face. It's very appropriately balanced for the most part. And actually, there's a scene that I wanted to talk about, Ryan, because I wanted to see if you kind of caught this. When their wagon goes kerflooey, when the wheels, like, there's shots where he's cutting away, and it's clear that the frame rate is sped up because he's got those wheels spinning out of control. And my immediate image was to some of the stuff in Stagecoach where, like, when some of the action is going around in there, or like any of the high-powered wagon train movies where, like, it's just insanity, but he cuts it in such a way that, like, the movie is kind of a slow burn, but when the action happens, it happens with a punch. So I, like, appreciate that he's able to, like, thrust you in accordingly. But yeah, and actually the scene where he's reading the news before he decides to take Joanna, and he's having to calm down this mob.
Yeah.
Like, that is one of the tensest scenes I've seen. Well, I mean, the year's pretty young yet, and Promising Young Women had a lot of tense moments in it. But that was one of the tensest, just, like, isolated scenes in a movie that I've seen this year. It's just very relevant.
Brad, you weren't as enamored with it as I was. What did you think?
Yeah, it's kind of like a little bit like Logan, or I guess Shane. He's transporting this kid and trying to survive while doing it through various episodic encounters, and then eventually they realize that their original goal, they convince themselves that living in the past, they need to live in the future. Like, that's kind of, I've seen that a couple times before. What I was really, given the world we live in today, like, you have this, the different thing about this story is that he's a guy who travels and reads the news to people. So I was surprised it wasn't more about, like, you live in the Wild West where there's, like, no accountability for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like, you go to these towns and, like, you're helping these people who can't or don't want to read or write, and you're able to tell whatever you want, like, despite, like, honorably, yes, you would just tell them exactly what you, like, information you have, but, like, there's no one to fact check you, and really these people don't really want to hear the news, they just want to hear a story. So the movie starts out like he's really just kind of reading the papers, and by the end of it, especially after he encounters that, like, town building guy, every time after that he tells the news as, like, he's telling a story, and he's not exaggerating it, but he's telling it like he is exaggerating it. Like, I can't believe they survived the fire. I can't believe, he gets the Joanna to, like, do sound effects, Foley work for his story by the end. Like, that was the more interesting part. So I was like, I thought it would have been a more different and engaging movie if they had, like, leaned into that angle of, what, like, how dangerous it is for someone to travel in that climate of people who are upset about the war, and trying to tell them facts, but only reaching them through exaggerating it,
Yeah.
So,
actually, we haven't talked about one of the scenes where they're in that town led by the guy who skins buffalo, and he's trying to get him to read his version of the paper.
Yeah, and he has that great line of, like, I'm not going to read this because you guys already know this stuff. That's not news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's just pandering.
I mean, I just love this movie. I thought the cinematography in it was so great. The acting was on point, and the score was awesome. Yeah, I just love it. And there's the scene where there's the dust bowl that comes, and where he thinks he actually loses her, and then he finds out that she was just asking for a horse to help them, is pretty great, because he thought that she would leave with the Native Americans because that's all she knew. And for her to love him as well and just find him a horse, I thought was a really powerful moment.
Yeah. It looks visually stunning as well. It's like a CGI cloud of dust, but it feels appropriate for the kind of movie Greengrass is making. Because I said it before the trailer dropped. Like, he's making a John Ford Western in a lot of ways, but he's clarifying it. And I do agree with Brad in the respect that I wish there was more leaned in on the news telling angle of it, because it does feel like it kind of laces itself in where it needs to, but it's not the focus. But I also don't know. I don't know how much of a movie can be sustained on it without it being too episodic. So I guess like for right, I would want to read the book that it's based on to see if there's more moments of that. But I'm falling into the camp of like, this is a nice, unique Western. Every so often we get a traditionally set Western that's not like a neo-Western or a neo-noir Western like Let Him Go. Like, it's a traditional Western set in that aesthetic, and if you do it correctly, it works in spades. And I think that this one totally knocks it out of the park. I would honestly be hard pressed to, like, I'd have to go back through his other films, but right now this is like the best thing I've seen Paul Greengrass ever do. And I know that's coming from a guy who's made stuff like United 93 and Captain Phillips, but for some reason this film just like connected with me in a way that his other films hadn't before. So, but yeah, great movie. A lot like nice, very wonderful, powerful moments.
Cool. Next week we're doing One Night in Miami, correct?
Yes, we are. I want to see that.
I was thinking that or Psycho Gorman, but you can do One Night in Miami.
I fixed that too. Are you going?
I don't have tickets yet. I got to kind of figure out because Alamo releases more like show times as it gets closer to the days now. So I got to see when I can squeeze one in.
Yeah, I know. When
are you going?
Friday.
No, yeah, I can't do Friday nights. I'm working.
What's the other one? Psycho Gorman?
Yeah. It looks insane. But One Night in Miami will be our film of the week. I'm not going to make the same mistake I made with Creature.
Or Honest Thief. I mean,
I saw a promo for One Night in Miami earlier tonight, and it looked pretty good. So I'd be down to watch that for sure.
Yeah, and you can, if you can't make it to theaters, you can stream it on Amazon Prime right now.
Yep,
very nice.
Zach, did you go into Honest Thief thinking it would be good?
I went in thinking, look, how bad can this be? How bad could it possibly be? They're putting it in theaters. They must have something at least fun on their hands. This trailer must just be garbage to get you into something that's halfway decent. And I was wrong, Brad. I was so wrong.
I don't know what your expectations were, because like
I just
even knowing what it is, like it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
I've expected to have fun, and I had none of that, Brad. I had none of that. I'm sorry. I wish I could be kinder, but I can't.
Yeah. See you next week. Bye.
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 Thank you for listening to this episode of Real Nerds Podcast. Real Nerds Podcast is a production of Nebulous Visions Multimedia. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill and Plan 9 Studios for our kick-ass theme song. Also, if you're in the Denver area and you're looking for a cool place to see movies, we see them at the Alamo Draft House in Littleton and now also in Sloan's Lake. Thank you to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics for supplying us with all our comic needs, especially you, Andrew. You know who you are. And a big shout out to James's mom. I'm giving you an electronic hug that you can feel through the airwaves. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day.